Good evening, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterboxer. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Welcome to the match preview between Crystal Palace and Manchester United, guys. I know we don't really feel like playing football, well, watching football. I mean, we should be playing, to be honest. We probably do a better job than what we did at the weekend. But anyway, guys, we have to move on. We have to get on to the next game. It is the next game. That's the thing about football, isn't it? There's always a chance to recover. There's always a chance to make things better and right what the wrongs have done. Of course, guys, Man United plays Crystal Palace, where notoriously in recent years, we've been pretty poor and we've lost a few games, guys, at Crystal Palace over the years, not least under Eric Ten Hag when we lost 4-0, wasn't it? We lost 4-0 when we had Casemiro in that midfield and stuff like that. Crystal Palace are one of those teams now that seem to be a bit of a bogey team to us. But the one thing about Man United this season and in the last year, when the chips are down, when we are expected to drop points, we generally come up trumps. I don't know why. It's the small teams. I've said it for so many times. It's the small teams that give us a problem. It's the small teams that leave us feeling disappointed and unstuck. And that Everton, not least that Everton game. That Everton game was such a downer. It was such a kick in the nuts, to be honest with you, when we think about it. It was an awful performance and didn't expect it to be real. I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect it. But that is just what this Manchester United team do. They do things you don't expect. This is why I expect Man United to get a result against Crystal Palace this weekend, guys. I don't know what you think about my lineup. My lineup is right here to my side, guys. Let me know what you think about the lineup. Let me know if you'll change anything. I know there will be some changes in the lineup for me. I don't believe we should be playing the same lineup. If we play the same lineup, guys, it'd be absolutely disgraceful, guys. We end up playing the same lineup as we did against Everton. It'll be unacceptable to us. I think Mainu needs to come into that team. I think Casemiro needs to be next to Mainu in that midfield. I think we'll bring Bruno Fernandes as the attacking midfielder alongside him, Mbeumo, and we have Ahmad on the right, on the wing, because I think Ahmad does a lot better on the wing, and we have Cunha as a sort of like false number 9, which could be rotated between Cunha and Mbeumo and Fernandes, of course, guys. So that is the lineup that I would pick. I wouldn't change too much. We haven't got much room for maneuver. I know the Dalot thing on the left. I know, guys, but I just got a feeling that Ruben Amorim is going to pick Dalot on the left. I don't know why, guys. I got this feeling he's just going to pick Dalot on the left, unfortunately. And look, it's not the best. Man United do need reinforcements on both sides, guys. The right side, the left side, we do need reinforcements. And we just have to do what we got. But we have to make things as easy for ourselves as possible. Playing Bruno in the midfield against Crystal Palace, against the likes of Adam Wharton, I just don't think will work. I think Man United have got to play Casemiro and Mainu in that midfield. If they don't do that, they've got to play a double pivot with Ugarte and Casemiro, because the ill discipline from Bruno Fernandes in that midfield is what is causing us so many problems, of course, guys, absolutely. But I'm interested to know your thoughts, guys, in regards to the team. Would you do anything different to me? Of course, it is just a prediction. What I predict that Ruben Amorim will pick is a prediction, but it is a long shot. I know it's a long shot. It's a small chance that he's going to play Mainu, but I'm going to go with it. What the heck? I'm going to go with it. This is what I think that he's going to pick, and this is the team that I think he would choose. Of course, guys, let me know how you're feeling. Let me just say hello to community. Big up everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome aboard, RJ. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Stephanie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And big up all the chatterboxers, of course. Big up yourself. Big up everyone, of course. I'm generally concerned about this weekend's forthcoming 3-4-3 derby. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I would sooner have Gui, Munoz, Arteta, and Wharton in our team. Absolutely, Steph. I mean, 100% I would. They've got a few players there that we would love to have in our football team right now. Unfortunately, we can't have them. I mean, Adam Wharton's one of them. He's one of my favorite players. So at the end of the day, if Adam Wharton signed for Man United, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Mateta is going to be a proper striker. We're not going to even have a proper striker against Crystal Palace at the weekend. There's going to be no proper striker against Crystal Palace at the weekend. It's going to be a false number 9 thing, isn't it? Because we haven't got a striker. I don't think he's going to play Xerxes again. I really don't think Xerxes exerted himself at the weekend. Of course, guys. Sal, Palace away. Don't worry about Palace away. We've got this. Come on, RJ. We got this. Big up, Danny B. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sal, we're going on with Liverpool. Sal, what is going on with Liverpool? I don't know, and I don't really care about Liverpool, to be honest with you. Liverpool are what Liverpool are at the end of the day. So look, every time I mention Liverpool, every time I talk about Liverpool, I'm going to have to play this, which was said to me just a couple of days ago, guys.
About Chelsea,
fans struggle with this.
but I have never seen. By the way, in Chelsea,
Man United fans need to understand your club is irrelevant. Wallahi, like
Manchester United are irrelevant. Remember that. We are irrelevant, guys. Absolutely. It was also a great day for Liverpool yesterday, of course.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
Cowardly little frauds. That's what it is at the end of the day. Cowardly little frauds. But let me just remind you.
Underestimate Manchester United.
You never underestimate us, guys. You never underestimate us. I know we got Crystal Palace at the weekend. I know it's going to be a difficult game. I know Crystal Palace raised their game against teams like Man United. This is why they don't really do much in the way of Europe, but they are in Europe this season. But this is what they do, guys. We have to make sure we're ready for the Crystal Palace onslaught, because this is what they're going to try and do, guys. We have to be Man United for once. Wouldn't it be nice if we're Man United for once? Wouldn't it be nice if Man United go out there for once and exert themselves and do what Man United team should do at the end of the day, of course, guys. Because at the end of the day, when people tell me, you know what, Crystal Palace are going to win, Crystal Palace should win, you know, you've got to be realistic. Realistic? Come on, guys.
off.
Don't want to hear nothing about realism in this gaff, guys. Nothing about the realism in this gaff. It's all about Man United, and it's all about beating Crystal Palace like we used to do. You remember all those times when we used to beat Crystal Palace, guys? Now, when I'm looking at this game, guys, it is going to be a difficult game. I mean, jokes aside, it's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a struggle for us, of course, guys, absolutely. But one thing is for certain, we have to bounce back. There's no two ways about it. It has to be done. We have to play good football, and hopefully we win the game. And that is what the most important thing is at the end of the day, is winning this game. And by hook or by crook, however we do it, as I always say, just win the game. And hopefully we do. If we win the game, it does make up a little bit of what happened to Everton. Of course, even if we win the game, we'll still be extremely frustrated, because obviously we should have beaten Everton, of course, guys. But it is frustrating sometimes in regards to this. But we beat Crystal Palace and beat West Ham, then things are kind of mended. Although the trust will still be gone. My trust for this team has absolutely been deleted. I don't have any trust for this team anymore. I don't have any faith in this team anymore. I don't have it anymore, because they've proven to me again. They've done what they always do. They always seem to down tool. They always seem to surprise me negatively, and that's the problem. At least say they absolutely toyed with Casemiro. Yeah, look, he was in centre back at that time, isn't it? Ryan, evening, guys. I need to woke up at 4 a.m. to watch this United game on Sunday. It's on at 4 p.m. for me on Sunday, my friends. It's on 4 p.m. for me. I will be doing the Chelsea and Arsenal one as well, so I'll be doing both of them, because obviously Chelsea versus Arsenal is a massive game. That game will decide basically how the title race is going to go. Really want Chelsea to win as well. Definitely want Chelsea to win. I'm desperate for Chelsea to win. Chelsea need to do the world a favour, guys. Chelsea need to humble Arsenal. That's what they need to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to humble Arsenal. That's what they need to do. Danny, probably drop Shaw, Dalot. Everything else is perfect, Sal. Yeah, I get you, Danny. I would drop Dalot and I would drop Shaw, but I'm just thinking on the lines of Ruben Amorim, what Ruben Amorim is going to do. I just can't see him dropping all those, even though it's heaven sent, and Aiden Heaven should be playing in Shaw's position. But I just can't see Ruben Amorim do it. I just think he's going to stick to his guns. He's going to stick to the same team. And this is what frustrates me about him. And I feel like we can be a better team, but we just refuse to be that. I would also probably keep Dorgu in the team, but I just got this feeling he's going to drop Dorgu and play Dalot. And we all know what happens when Dalot plays as a left winger, don't we? Dalot at left wing is an absolute no-no, to be honest with you. Absolutely, guys. Kenny, Mainu does deserve a game time, but Amorim is going to play Bruno and Casemiro midfield. Stubborn as he is, of course, Kenny. Big up, everyone. Of course, if Amorim is picking the same lineup and I am losing respect for him as a coach, he has to change it right now. He has to change it, because at the end of the day, even under great Sir Alex Ferguson, that team did not perform against Everton and probably dished out the worst performance in his tenure. One of the worst Man United performances I've ever seen in 40 years. I've seen some bad ones recently in particular, but that was one of the worst, considering the context of Everton being down to 10 men. losing 1-0. Even if we won the game 1-0 or 2-0, I would have been disappointed because you know what? Everton were down to 10 men. We should have improved our goal difference. But the fact that we lost this game was absolutely disgraceful. It was a disgraceful. And to be honest with you guys, I have not forgotten about it and I'm not over it. I'm not. And I am annoyed. Whenever I think about these players and I think about the game on last weekend, I just feel like I feel so much anger and frustration because you know what? I mean, I thought to myself before the game, and I said it on various other streams as well. I thought to myself before the game, you know what? Man United will win and they should win. But you know what? Don't be surprised if Man United make it difficult for ourselves. But I did say difficult for ourselves. I didn't say we'll lose. I said that we'll make it difficult. So we'll win 1-0, 2-1. And then, you know what? We move on. But that was with 11 against 11. And then for us to be 10 against 11 and to lose 1-0, it was just so frustrating, angry, annoyed. I mean, I was just turning at everyone, getting angry with everyone. And, you know, you got to understand how frustrating this is. Because we all want a successful Manchester United. We don't want memes. We don't want people in car parks offering people out. We don't want them kind of things. We don't want people, is he going to cut his hair? Isn't he going to cut his hair? We want a proper bloody football team, the Busby Babes where we came from. This is what we want. We don't want any nonsense and clownery and memes and, you know, buzzwords and all this crap that Man United have been doing over these last few years. All these clowns that have surrounded themselves and associated themselves with this great football club over the last recent years, you know, and we're becoming more like a gimmick, more like a meme than a bloody football club. And this is something that I never wanted to become, unfortunately. People are taking advantage of Man United's adversity. Cutting my hair after we win 5 games in a row. Only a couple of teams have won 5 games in a row. You know, meet me in the car park, do this, do that. You know, it's just too much, guys. Come on, think about it. Think about it. We're not helping the situation. We're not. If you truly want Man United to be a successful football team, you know what? You got to, when we lose a game, just be quiet. Just be quiet. And then obviously, you know what? Because your screams and your shouts and your beef and stuff like that is not going to work. We come on here, we talk logically, and we talk with sense, and we talk educationally about football, right? And that's what we do, okay? Whatever happens, regardless, no matter what you do, whatever happens, it's a results business, and Ruben Amorim's future will look after itself without us saying anything, without us making a fool of ourselves, absolutely. Is Cunha in round turning? I believe so. I don't think he's going to start, Stephanie, but I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna try and be positive, Stephanie. I'm gonna say that he starts this game. And he plays up front. We need him, absolutely. Kenny, I heard the Liverpool's win record is worse than the 1950s. Yeah. But you wouldn't hear that though, would you? You wouldn't hear that, Kenny, would you? You wouldn't hear about the win record of Liverpool. You wouldn't hear nothing about that. Absolutely not, about Liverpool's win record and win ratio. Absolutely, you're not going to hear nothing about that because it's not Man United. Look, I already know that Man United, the first time we lost at Old Trafford to Everton since 1992, that came out straight away. Straight away, that came out. Man United have not beaten Everton have not lost to Everton since 1992. You know, at home. We have lost at Goodison Park quite a few times. RJ, Sal, I'm not buying this Chelsea hype. I think the Barca team is weak. Barca are weak. The La Liga is weak. It has been since last season. But Stephen, Maguire, big up. Who's gonna want to join United if they know European known football? I can't beat it. It's a downward spiral, isn't it, Stephen? If we're not in Europe, we're gonna have the same problems as we had last season. Of course, Man United will still attract players. Man United at the end of the day, we will attract players probably for more money than we would have paid for them if we're in Europe. But how long is that going to last? And we have to be honest with ourselves. How long is the attraction of Manchester United going to last? How long is the lure of Man United in regards to our history going to play a factor in teams signing for and players signing for Man United? It's not going to last very long if we carry on the way we are. This is just going to decline slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, people are going to forget Manchester United. So we have to change this narrative and we have to try our best to get back to where we belong. We still got an opportunity. There's still a chance. No one team is miles and miles ahead. This is one of the worst Premier League leagues I've ever seen in 40 years of watching, of course. Ryan, Wharton wants to play your Champions League at Bentley. Yeah, look, this is everything, Ryan. will depend on Manchester United, including Anderson, including Gui, including Wharton. Of course, they're thinking about their career. Why would Crystal Palace, Wharton, leave Crystal Palace and go to a club in Europe? And he can pick through a lot of clubs in Europe, guys, but go to Man United or not in Europe. It's ridiculous. It's not going to go. The only way he can possibly go to Man United is if Man United are in the Champions League. And I'll say that about most players in Europe, including Elliot Anderson. Because the way Elliot Anderson is going at the moment, you know that Elliot Anderson's been absolutely fantastic. I think Man United need to qualify for the Champions League. They need to make sure they qualify for the Champions League. The very, very, very minimum, even though it's not enough, is Man United qualifying for the Europa League. And I don't even want that, to be honest with you. I would rather the Champions League. Thank you very much. You get that 100 million in the kitty. Brilliant. You know what I mean? And then we can build from there. We're not out of the woods. We're not out of the league title, the top 4 race. We're not, absolutely. But we're starting to get into territory now where we have to win. And that starts with Crystal Palace. Now, that brings me to the score that I'm going to go with. The score that Manchester United will have against Crystal Palace, for me, will be a 2-1 win for Manchester United. It will be a 2-1 win for Manchester United. I was going to say 2-0, but I think we'll see the goal. I think it'll be a 2-1 win for Manchester United. That is what I'm going for this time, guys. Let me know what your scores are going to be. A 2-1 win for Manchester United, guys. Let me know what you're thinking about that. Big up RJ. Big up Craig, the Pool fan. Yeah, the Anfield agenda. He killed me yesterday. Honestly, that was so funny. We are the only big club that has beaten Chelsea. So, isn't it crazy, Kenny? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about today. This is what I mean. And it's hard to explain to people. Oh, we're not going to beat Crystal Palace. We can't even beat 10 men Everton. People deal with such simplistic absolutes in football. That's not how football works. Man United can go to the Emirates and win with 10 men. You know, that's what Man United can do. Man United could defeat Chelsea. And look, people are going to say, oh, but Chelsea were down to 10 men. Man United, before down to 10 men, were dominating Chelsea. Right? Man United outplayed Arsenal for huge periods and were unlucky not to have that goal against them. It should have been disallowed. This is what we're talking about. Man United are a funny team. Man United is a sort of team, right, that when you're not looking, they'll push your nan down the stairs. That's what I said. I said that for a reason, right? And I don't condone that sort of things, by the way. So it's an analogy, all right? Man United are that sort of team. But when you least expect it, you know, they'll give you a bunch of roses and say, here you go, here's a present for you, and here's a box of chocolates by beating Crystal Palace. And you're like, that's weird. You know what I mean? You'll be like that. That is what Man United are. That is what we do. This is how we are. And it annoys me. It frustrates me because every single time we get an opportunity to take advantage of other slip-ups, we don't take it. And it's not only this season, it's been over many, many years. It's sort of become a thing for Man United now that Man United never take advantage of the teams around them that, you know what I mean? Virgil van Dijk, the new basketball player, is going to sign a contract with the Raptors, guys. Absolutely. Stephen, I'm not hopeful in this team either. Can down tools indeed. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see who it is. Everton game has been erased, but not forgotten. It will never be forgotten, mate, Stephanie. It will never be forgotten. That game was awful. It has been erased. We have to move on. That's football. We have to move on, guys. We can't dwell on the past, and we can only be hopeful for the future. That's all we can be, guys, you know. It's hurtful what happened at the weekend. It was hurtful because of the context of what happened and how we lost the game. It could be worse. We could be Liverpool. Liverpool are far worse than us at the moment. I actually believe that. We did beat Liverpool, of course, at Anfield. But we're never going to forget that game in a hurry. Never going to forget that game in a hurry. And I hope those players haven't forgot that game either. The worry for me is that these players have a mental block. They have a mental block and they can't turn it around. That's the worry for me. There's a few players in that team. Indeed, there's about a big chunk of players in that team that have been there for years who've seen the same story before, seen the same scenario before, seen the same, you know, down tooling and nervousness that comes with Man United at the moment. And we seem to play sometimes like we got a fridge on our back, like we're running in sand. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know how we're going to combat this. I don't know how when adversity strikes, how we're going to cope with it. I've seen what we did against Tottenham. I've seen what we did against Nottingham Forest away from home. And it does concern me for the Crystal Palace game. Of course it does. But you know what? I would like to think that we fix this problem now. If we're not fixing the problem, then what are we doing here? You know? 230 for you on RJ. Big up RJ. Big up yourself. Sniper Man, big up. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. So I'm not able to get over the Everton one against us at home, and Moyes played a haram ball and that game. Any advice? Sniper Man, you know what? All I can say is that me and you and every single one of this community, we're in the same boat, my friend. We're in the same boat. We're in the same frustrations. We're in the same anger. We're getting bantered as well. We're all getting the same things aimed at us, guys, because we were 5 unbeaten. We got confident, and we're going to get confident, guys, because we didn't only go 5 unbeaten, guys. We beat big teams. You know, we smashed up Brighton, who we usually lose against. We beat Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah, we beat Chelsea this season. We beat Sunderland. You know, and you know what? Obviously, we're going to get a little bit giddy. We're going to get a little bit excited, you know, but the problem is that when we do get excited at Man United, more times than not, we get a big fat salmon slapped in our face. That's what happens with Man United fans at the moment. This happens with me, right? And then everyone's laughing at us again. And it just drives me mad, of course, Sniper Man. But my advice would be for me to you, as a brother, my friend, that what I would say for me to you is just support the football team, have hope, and try and resonate some positive energy around the game at the weekend. And you never know what's going to happen, guys. We can only do that. I wish I can change what happens on the pitch. I wish I can be in that dressing room and tell them about the birds and the bees. Unfortunately, I can't, but we have to be hopeful, Sniper Man. It's good to see you, Sniper Man. I hope you're doing well. I hope your school and your college is doing good, my friend. Stephanie, if we don't score first versus Palace, it will be a long, messy game. Stephanie, I agree with you here because Man United conceding first is an absolute no-no. That is a danger area. Man United concede the first goal. We are in a lot of trouble, guys, definitely. If we end up conceding the first goal against Crystal Palace, forget about it. Forget about it. You might as well just walk out of the pitch because nothing is going to happen, guys, apart from a loss. I don't see, mate, or a draw. You know what I mean? Danny, rather play Fred the Red over Dalot, Sal. Bloody hell, can this be? I would rather play Barney the Dinosaur than play Dalot as a left wing back, guys. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I would rather play him. You know, I would rather play you, Danny. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, he's a beat my chest merchant. That's what he is. He's not a good footballer. As I said it the other week. I said, this is a question for you guys, right? Would you rather a footballer, right, that comes in late for training, has a bit of an attitude, is a bit of a prat, but when he gets on the pitch, performs like a world-class player every single time. 9 times out of 10, that guy is fabulous. Or would you like a beat-by-chest merchant who comes in early for training, buys all the team loads of apples and oranges and that, and brings a big bouquet of flowers just for the reception, and comes in early, great personality, but when he plays on the pitch, is rubbish? What would you want at the end of the day? And I'll say 9 times, at 9.999 times, I would say I want a player that performs on the pitch. That's what I want at the end of the day. Stephanie, Mount should have come on earlier and probably even started again. The problem with Mason Mount, Stephanie, is that he's not fit. And he wasn't fit at the weekend either. And that is why he didn't come on as early as he should have came on. I still don't think Mason Mount is good enough. I've said it for a very, very long time. Mason Mount, Xerxes, all these players are just not good enough. They're not good enough. They're good for the squad, probably as a bench option, but they're just not good enough for Manchester United. Man United need better players than Mason Mount. Chelsea would never, ever get rid of Mason Mount if they believed in him. You know, nobody. Even Gareth Southgate, who's a big, big love child of Mason Mount, stopped picking Mason Mount in the England squad. You know, and that's what it is. It's just not good enough. We got too many pillows. Too many pillows, guys. 2 pillows, nice and comfy. That's what it is at the end of the day, guys. Too many. Big up, Stephanie. Big up, Roy. Loser Paul. Back to life, back to reality. Look, listen, guys, at the end of the day, look, all jokes aside, Liverpool are having a very, very bad time at the moment. And all thoughts and prayers at this difficult time for Liverpool fans. You know what annoys me, though, guys? I haven't been able to relish in the loser pool thing that's going on right now. I haven't been able to relish it because we lost. You know, I would have enjoyed it really, really much, of course, guys. RJ, I just want Mainoo and Casemiro midfield now. Yeah, I mean, Mainoo and Ugarte, anyone like that, guys. I want to see some fight and heart for minute 1 versus Palace. Of course, Stephen, of course, that's what we want. You know, that's what we all want. A little bit of effort, a little bit of desire. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. Danny, I was never so angry after that Everton loss. It's definitely up there with one of the worst performances. It's up there, Danny. I mean, when you think about it and you think about the context of the game and you think about, let's think about, look, 30, 40 years. Let's think about this. Let's do that. Think of a game. We've had bad games. Of course we have. We've lost 5-0, 6-3, 4-1, 3-0, this, that. But think about the context and think about the team that we were playing against the team, against 10 men, right? And we lost like that. And not only lost like that, Everton deserved to win. It's not like we hit the crossbar, we hit the post, we missed the penalty. It's not like that. We deserved to lose, guys. That was the most disappointing thing for me, guys. It was so frustrating for me. Absolutely, Stephen. Guys, don't forget to, Stephanie, Stephen, don't forget to smash a like. Thank you, Stephanie. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Let's get to 20. Let's get to 30 likes, guys. Come on, guys. Let's pick up the lights. Let's do this, guys. Thank you so much, you legends. Good evening, Sal. Big up, Ephraim. How you doing? Amram need to choose based on performances. Otherwise, they will be in a comfortable peak. I agree with that. Absolutely, Ephraim. Big up yourself. Danny, it was a different sort of anger in the way defeat to Palace under Eric Ten Hag. The Eric Ten Hag defeat needs to be riddled in context, because when you think about the Eric Ten Hag defeat, we had up to like how many injuries? 20. We had Casemiro in defense. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we had Casemiro in defense, guys. You know, big up, RJ. Sal, I'm not hearing that Pickford's made some good saves. Our finishing was so poor, Sal. Look, at the end of the day, you expect that, don't you? You expect that Jordan Pickford will become prime Manuel Neuer against Man United. That always happens, guys. So we need to be prepared for these things. These are the things we need to be ready for, because these are the things that these players do. This is why they are Jordan Pickford. This is why their name is Jordan Pickford, because at the end of the day, they're picking the ball out of the net most of the time. You know, but against Man United, of course, he's going to have a fabulous performance, as they always do. Just like David Moyes. David Moyes always has his customary win against Manchester United, whether he's managing West Ham, whether he's managing Everton. He always seems to up his game against Manchester United for some reason, you know, and it drives me mad. Losing to Spurs in the Europa League, I thought that Everton game was one of the worst. I mean, yeah, it was similar. Stephanie. We lost to Everton at Old Trafford in 2000 when Moyes was the manager, if I recall correctly. Yes, Stephanie. They cost us a league title, Stephanie. No. I'm thinking about another one. No. We didn't lose at Old Trafford in 2013 against Moyes. Moyes was our manager. Yeah. Moyes was our manager. Yes, we did lose, but Moyes wasn't. No, we didn't lose. I think, what was the score when we played Everton? Hold on. Man United versus Everton, 2013, Old Trafford. I swear I went to that game. Man United won 2-0 in 2013. Yeah, Man United haven't lost to Everton at home since 1992. They haven't lost to Everton at home. So that is another record that has been demolished, guys. We won 2-0 in 2013 against them. I believe, if I'm not wrong. If there's any moment for Ruben to start Kobe Mainu, it will be midday Sunday away. I agree. Absolutely, Lawrence. So if we're on the top 5 in China, I think we can attract good players. If buts and maybes, you know what I mean? If buts and maybes, hopefully we are. We need championship football. We do, Kenny. Kenny, listen, you saw the pain. You've seen the pain in everyone's eyes, isn't it? I've seen KG's pain. I've seen everyone's pain. The Man United community. I've seen the pain. I feel the pain. We're all under frustration. We're all under anger, and we're fed up with this banter episode that seems to be lasting forever, guys, doesn't it? I'm tired of it myself. I'm fed up with it myself, guys. And I just wish Man United would just play like Man United for goddamn once, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it would be lovely, Kenny. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. I don't want Europa anymore. I'm fed up with it, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Crystal Palace 1, United 2. Come on, RJ. Palace 0, United 1. Come on, Stephanie. That's what I like to see. There you go. Absolutely. Sal, why are our players tired? Is it a fitness thing, or do they? I think they've been lacking fitness for years. I think it's years. I've been talking about the medical team for a very long time. I think the training regimes are just not good. Remember, these players have moaned about various managers about going home in the dark, about schoolboy training and all this crap that they used to go. 3-2 Man United. Come on, Kenny. 1-1 for me. Going away draws Monday was a nominee. Going with away draws Monday was a nominee. Pessimistic, Lawrence, as usual, guys. Come on. Let's hope these frauds don't affect our players like Embremo. Let's hope so, my friend. Sal, what is your prediction? 2-1 United. 2-1 United is my prediction. Sniper Man Sal, but Moyes said MSC sacked him because he didn't get Champions League. Do you think that's true? No, because he was shit. David Moyes took charge. David Moyes took charge of Manchester United as champions. Man United were champions, and he managed to move Man United into 6th. It was unheard of at Man United, right? Not only that, David Moyes, let me tell you a story about David Moyes, right? And it's a very true story from someone inside the club, okay? During the pre-season friendlies, Man United finished with the pre-season friendly, and Man United were going to fly off to somewhere else. So basically what happened, the players were getting on the plane, right? And one of those players was Rio Ferdinand. At the front of the plane was David Moyes. David Moyes looked resigned. He was on the chair. He had his tie undone, and he goes to Rio Ferdinand. This is a big club, isn't it? Yeah, that's one thing. The next thing, apart from sacking all the board and just totally disrupting the whole atmosphere at the football club, right? Apart from that, he would show these players, you're talking about Rio Ferdinand, Manovic, Robin Van Persie, Michael Carrick, he would show, Ryan Giggs, he would show these players videotapes of Everton, telling these players to play like Everton. Come on. You're talking about serial winners here. You're talking about serial winners. That's what you're talking about, guys. So going for a 2-1 win, absolutely. Lenny Yoro looked mentally drained out. He needs a new role model, and that's not Bruno. I agree. Bruno's, to be honest with you, Kenny, Bruno keeps blaming Lenny Yoro, and I don't like Bruno. Bruno is not a Manchester United legend. Anyone who thinks that Bruno is a Manchester United legend doesn't know what a Manchester United legend is. Let me tell you that right now, guys. Bruno Fernandes will forever be known as a good player that played for Manchester United during a very bad period. He is not a Manchester United legend. It is insulting to call Bruno Fernandes a Manchester United legend. It is actually insulting to the likes of Dennis Law, the likes of Bobby Charlton, the likes of Eric Cantona, the likes of Ryan Giggs, the likes of Peter Schmeichel, the likes of George Best. You know what I mean? Should I go on? He is not a Manchester United legend. He is the captain of the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen. If he was such a great captain, he would get some of the. He would make sure that Man United beat a 10-man ever, and that's pretty certain, isn't it? At the end of the day, he's not that. He's too petulant. He's not a Man United legend. He might go down as a Man United great. If amazingly and miraculously we end up winning the league one day, then maybe, just maybe, he might be deemed a Manchester United legend. But let's not throw that word out there, because only stupid people say Bruno Fernandes is a Manchester United legend. Let me tell you that right now. Absolute stupidness. So what is Cantona then? An elite legend? You know, what is he? What is Scholes then? You know, what is Keane then? What is that? You know, and I'm fed up with people just throwing that legend thing out there because they haven't witnessed a true Manchester United player. Do you know what I mean? And this it just drives me mad. It really does. And you know who they are. Dalot is very average. Yes, Dalot is not even average, I would say. Absolutely. Dalot is signing autographs and selfie. Yeah, because he's trying to, he's a PR merchant. Absolutely. Palmer's injury, a worry for you, Sal. What if we go for him? Palmer's injury is a little bit of a worry, but I'm not too bothered about Chelsea at the moment. Palmer, of course, well-known Man United fan, of course. Don't know why we didn't have our ear to the ground and sign Palmer when we can. I'm a big fan of Palmer. Very, very good player. Don't think he's going to come to Man United anytime soon, however. I haven't heard much news about Palmer recently. Inter Milan losing streak continues. They deserve it, guys. They deserve it, to be honest. Should pick up. Euro has been the same since Bruno unfairly threw him under the bus, and he threw him under the bus at the weekend as well. You know, it's hard watching these shit teams in Germany. I mean, you know, the Champions League is not the same without Man United. I'm going to be honest, guys. The Champions League is not the same. We have to be real, guys. The Champions League is never the same without Man United. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Man United fan. So it was 2013-14 season. Old Trafford 1-0 win. Everton. Oviedo 86-minute winner. Just checked. I thought you meant 2013. Bloody hell. We lost to Everton in 2014. Bloody hell. Let me have a look. 2013, 14. Yeah, it is. It's true, actually. So who told me it was 1-0? Yeah, 1-0. Yeah, I thought you meant 2012-13. I thought you meant that. Sorry, Stephanie. I thought you meant 2012-13. Didn't think about 2013-14. Weren't really thinking about that season. To be honest with you. It was a dead season, that was for sure. Absolutely. So Everton has always been his dream. Yeah. probably. Long balls FC, big up. Bruno long balls. No one, I mean, he shouldn't be playing in that midfield. What happened between Euro and Bruno? Bruno throws Lenny Euro under the bus for the 18th time. He threw him under the bus at the weekend as well, I heard. Euro's role model, Maguire, and he ain't got a role model, mate. There's no role models at that football club. What role model they got? Casemiro? Casemiro doesn't even care. You know what I mean? So like a hero at Man United, not a legend. There's cult heroes. There's cult heroes like Lou Macari. These type of players. David May. These type of players, they're known as cult heroes. Gordon Strachan. Paul McGrath. Cult heroes at Man United. Not legends of Man United. Cult heroes at Man United. That's what Bruno is. Bruno is not a Manchester United legend. It's an absolute farce that anyone could say that. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget to smash a like, guys, please. Guys, I hate Bruno's Hollywood balls. It works well. It gets my nerves. Me too, mate, because he's coming from midfield, isn't it? Guys, let's get to 20 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get the lights up. Come on, guys. And we need Chatterbox to get up the lights, guys, please. Absolutely. Ephraim, Sal, some of our fans think that Bruno will start to Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. Their delusion is out of this world. I mean, they are deluded, mate. I mean, I don't know what this infatuation, this, knocking one out to posters of Bruno Fernandes. I don't know what they're doing, but they don't know what a Man United legend is. And anyone who calls Bruno Fernandes a Man United legend doesn't know what a legend is of Man United, doesn't know what the word legend means, to be honest with you. I'll be honest, guys. And I would love him to be a Man United legend. I'm not just going to throw him under the bus. I would love him to be a Man United legend, but none of those players are Man United legends. In fact, you can say that David De Gea is more of a legend than Bruno Fernandes, because actually David De Gea won a league title at a very young age. You know what I mean? Samuel. Inter Milan should try, but Diogo Dalot, Emmanuel, please, Inter Milan, if you can possibly sign Diogo Dalot from us, that'd be absolutely perfect. You took Darmian from us. You can have and Mkhitaryan, by the way. You can have Dalot if you like. If you want Dalot, have Dalot. There you go, guys. If you give us DeMarco, I'll be absolutely fabulous with that. Of course, big up Tuto. How you doing? Big up, brother. Hope everything is well with you. And big up the fam over there, Tuto, the Italian. Serie A, very compelling Serie A podcast that happens every morning, guys. Check it out. Very, very good. If you like your Serie A news, check it out, guys. They're good. Absolutely, they're good. Lots of debate there. Lots of debate. Absolutely. Sal, did you watch Arsenal versus Bayern? Yes, I did. I expected Arsenal to win that. I was one of the few who expected it. People are already hammering them out because they're already... Guys, but probably because their dad walked out on them early, so they hammer them out, so they ain't got no loyalty. Sniper Man, how did Bayern even lose to Arsenal? Because the Bundesliga is overrated, Sniper Man. The Bundesliga is crap. You know, at the end of the day, we have to be realistic here. The Premier League is on the next hemisphere at the moment. I know what you're going to throw at me. Well, Leverkusen beat Man City, but Man City played their reserve team. That's what they did. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Sammy McIlroy was better than Bruno Fernandes. Yes, he was, and played in 1974. Played in when we got relegated and stuff like that. Not going out to Bruno. Absolutely, that's what they do, guys. This is what they do. These fanboys, these player FC people, they're ridiculous, guys. As soon as you say something about Bruno Fernandes, you see them jumping up. You know, ridiculous. RJ, United have no world-class players. Potential. But not at the moment. Not at the moment, no. Man United don't have any current world-class players, no. I'll be hesitant to say that Man United have potential world-class players. I think like Aiden Heaven's got the potential to be world-class. Lenny Yora's got the potential to be world-class. De Ligt can be world-class in the right team. Sesko, potentially. Embremo, potentially. Cunha, potentially. Ahmad, potentially. But they're not world-class at the moment, and it just all depend on them. It all depends on them. They don't at the moment, though, Stephen. Company already said he would love to play Arsenal again. Goodness me. Arsenal. A random guy said on Twitter that Ruben will outlast all the sacked managers at United and players, I think. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't know how long he's going to last. I don't know what Ineos are going to do. One thing is certain is that the fan base are going to be putting a lot of pressure on if he doesn't get results. That's the thing. Players also, I think. Big up RJ. I think Arteta played haram ball playing Merino. I'm gonna say this, guys, and I'm gonna say this, right? One thing about Arsenal, Chelsea play better football than Arsenal. Arsenal play a dour, horrible, haram style of football. They do. But you can't say anything to them because they're winning football matches. Whilst they're winning football matches, we can't really say anything. And at the end of the day, Chelsea do play better football than them. And I really, really hope that Chelsea, I'm doing a watch along at the weekend. So I really, really do hope that Chelsea beat them at the weekend. I think they need a little bit of humbling, Arsenal. They really do. Samuel, how about Arthur Oberstein, Gordon McQueen, Gordon Hill, Steve Coppell are all Manchester United legends? Yes, couple of them. A lot of them. I would only class the Man United legends as the ones who won the league. I don't think you could be classed as a Man United legend if you haven't won the league, Samuel. If you haven't won the league or Champions League, I don't think you can class yourself as a Man United legend. Unless, you won loads and loads of FA Cups and League Cups and, blah, blah, blah. But I think ultimately the buck stops with the Division 1 back then and the European Cup. Ultimately, that's what it is for me. I think you can class George Best and Duncan Edwards and Eric Cantona and Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs as legends. I don't think you can quite class Gordon McQueen and Gordon Hill as legends when they were just cup players. You know what I mean? They're greats. Man United greats. There's a big difference between a Man United great and a Man United legend, right? And that's what I would say. There's Man United elite, Man United legends, Man United greats, Man United good Man United players, folklore players, hero players, as Bond said earlier. Of course, we shouldn't just throw that legend status out. You know what I mean? No, I supported Bayern. I wanted to see Arsenal lose. So did I. Sniper Man, so did I. Absolutely. People are defend Joshua Zirkzee. You can't say anything about him. He was awful, mate. I don't know why they are. Absolutely. He was awful. They have to hold that. I'd play Mazraoui right centre-back. De Ligt, Euro left centre-back. Back three versus Palace. Maz best position is right centre-back. I agree. It is. He's not a right wing back. Definitely not. Yeah, supporting Chelsea too. Match of the season when they beat Liverpool. It was. You know what I mean? I really hope that Chelsea do the business. I do think that Arsenal do need a little bit of humbling. I really do think that. I really want this win against Palace. Look, RJ, we all want that, mate. We all want a win against Palace. Of course, I mean, at the end of the day, if we didn't want a win, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, my friend. Samuel, Harry Kane needs to learn to stay up front as a striker. But he's always played out that, Samuel, isn't he? He's always played out that. He's always gone deep to collect his ball. I think some people have earmarked that as one of his best things, his best attributes. Some people have said that is Harry Kane's best attribute. He's picking up the ball from deep and bringing that ball forward. I don't know what you guys think about that, but yeah, some people have said that, to be honest with you guys. Some people have. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Absolutely. But that is my team, guys, anyway. I do think Man United will win by 2-1. Goal scorers, I think Mbeumo might get a goal in this game. You know what I mean? I think he will get a goal in this game. I think we'll be all right. I think we're going to surprise a few people, guys. Obviously, there's going to be the... excuse me. There's going to be the press conference coming up pretty soon, guys. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in regards to that, guys. Absolutely. Legend status is some as this world-class player nonsense that's thrown out willy-nilly. I am so careful, Stephanie, about the world-class thing. I'm so careful about the legend thing because I cannot look at Eric Cantona, right? I cannot look at George Best or Duncan Edwards or any of these legends, Dennis Law, and look at them in the same category as Bruno Fernandes. You know? The guy who throws his hands around, the guy who gets intimidated by a referee, gives him a little nudge and misses a penalty. I can't class him as a legend. And I think those who class him as a legend truly don't understand what Manchester United is. I don't. And I hate to sound so blunt, but I just think that is what it is. Do you know what I mean? That is how it is, guys. Absolutely. But that's what I would say about that, guys. Absolutely. Guys, I want to say thank you, everyone. That is the match preview. But guys, looking forward to it. Hopefully, Man United. How is Declan Rice world class? What has he won? Again, you know what I would say about the world class status? Pending world class. Pending world class. Declan Rice is pending world class. People are throwing out the world class thing too often. Win something. Exactly that. Win something, then come back to us and say that you're world class. Do you know what I mean? Maguire back, supporter backlash against Lenny because of the old Bruno Fernandes and the slanderous nature that Bruno Fernandes does, and that's what he does against young players. That's our captain, at the end of the day. He doesn't know how to play a manager. He doesn't know how to manage people, and that's it. He's not a captain. Especially young lads like Lenny Oro, you know, who's been one of shining lights. He's destroying him. He is. We got to be careful, Bruno Fernandes. You know, like with the young players, we've got to be careful. You know what I mean? Big up, Bobby. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, legend. Hope everything is blessed with you. Good to see you, mate. We got to be careful, Bruno Fernandes, that he doesn't destroy these young players. We got to be careful because at the end of the day, his mentality is not one way he'll put his arm around you and say, mate, come on, guy, I believe in you and blah, blah, blah. He's the one who'll throw you under the bus and save himself from the scrutiny. That's what he does. You know what I mean? Big up, man. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Hope everything is blessed with you. Good to see you, of course, guy. Good to see you, of course. But you know what? What I would say is that everything aside, I just want Man United to win. And that's all I want. No matter how we win the game, I want Man United to win. I don't care. It's Bruno. I don't care whoever it is scoring goals. I want Man United to win. That is the most important thing. RJ, Amram has the tiger in his eye, Sal. He does, but he's got to use it. He has another 18 months. Bruno won't get another contract. Sure, the same. I don't know. I've heard that he might stay there for the rest of his career. That's what I've heard. If he stays there for the rest of his career, then God help us. I think we should have sold him in the summer to Saudi Arabia. I think that would have been better for Man United. I think, even though a lot of people were play FC and they didn't want to sell him, but I would have sold him to Saudi Arabia 100%. Absolutely. That he would have been gone. You know, we're not going to get that money anymore. And whether he leave or not, it's entirely up to him. If he leaves or not now. He's got, you know what, in the summer, his contract would have been run down a little bit less, of course. So what I would say is that, yeah, look, you know, we might have missed the boat with that one. With old Bruno Fernandes leaving Manchester United, of course, guys. And sadly, he might be staying at Man United for the foreseeable, guys. He might be a Man United player for a while yet. I don't mind Bruno Fernandes if Bruno Fernandes hugs the bench for a while. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if Bruno Fernandes is on the bench for a little while, then I wouldn't mind Bruno Fernandes. You know what I mean? But he's not. He's going to be straight into that first team and he's going to be playing every single game. And you understand the frustrations of Kobe Mainoo and that. You know what I mean? Kobe Mainoo, Ugarte, Xerxes, they all need a run of games for them to be accurately judged as Manchester United players. Because everyone knows in a top-level sport, you can't go into the team, get out the team, in the team, 10 months off the team, go into the team. Do you know what I mean? 2 away for 20 likes, guys. Let's get those likes up, guys. Thank you so much, you absolute legends. Thank you, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys can do that for me, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Of course, guys, absolutely. Guys, that is the match preview. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I know it's not much, but, you know, we ain't got much to hang on to at the moment. We ain't got much to hang on to. We've only got, the game to look forward to. And, you know, it's a very uninspiring week in regards to Man United. We've had a little bit of positives in regards to Liverpool, of course, losing a game. Man City losing a couple of games as well. So we had a few positives there, didn't we? You know what I mean? We've had a few positives, but it was all dampened by Manchester United's dire performance. One of the worst performances I've ever seen at Man United against Everton, which was with 10 men. You know what I mean? It was absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Not going anywhere with this manager. Not going anywhere with these players and this board. Think about that. It's the bigger picture, my friend. Samuel, Bruno Fernandes should join Riyad Mahrez at Al Ali. I think so as well. Happy Thanksgiving to those celebrating Thanksgiving today. I'll hold you for that. I'll hold you that. NSP, I'll hold you to that. I will hold you to that, my friend. 3-1 to Palace, you're saying? Okay, we revisit that situation at the weekend, my guy. All right, Mystic Meg. We'll do that, David Blaine. Look, guys, thank you. I'm Sal Warner. This is the match preview between Man United and Crystal Palace. I'm going with 2-1 to Manchester United. I think Man United will do the business at the weekend. I think they will. And we move on from there, guys. Absolutely. Happy day. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating as well, guys. Of course, it is Thanksgiving today. So big up everyone who's celebrating Thanksgiving, guys. You can't teach a fish to climb a tree, mate. Exactly. You can't teach Peter Crouch to become prime Ronaldinho. You can't manage a team that won't play for you. You can't lead a cow to the water and expect the cow to drink from the water if the players don't want to drink from the water. You get what I'm saying, mate? We all can play that game, the analogy game, mate. We'll win 3-1, man. Big up. The game should be Sky Sports. And listen, guys, if this went to the court of law, even if we had O.J. Simpson's lawyers, those players would be found guilty of incompetence and negligence, guys. Absolutely. The game should be on Sky Sports. It's on Todd for me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's on Todd. But guys, at the end of the day, Man United have a cultural problem, a contextual problem, a cultural problem at the football club that goes from the top to the bottom. If you come on this stream and you don't even mention the Glazers or Ineos, I don't take your football opinion seriously. As a guy who's supported Man United for 40 years, I've seen 13 titles, more titles than you've ever witnessed in your life, right? So at the end of the day, I think I'll have a legitimate opinion of what is a good team, what isn't a good team, and what is the problem in this Manchester United football team. Okay, I've seen legends at this football club, right? Before these people even are spunk in their dad's bollocks, that's what I was, guys, at the end of the day. So let me just tell you this, guys, right? No more of that. We back the team at the weekend. What will be, will be. If he doesn't win, he's going to be sat. If Man United win, we're going to move on, of course, guys. That's what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Guys, take it easy. Big up everyone in the stream. I really appreciate you. Take it easy, guys. Don't be so downhearted. Be happy. I know your life sucks, but you know what? Some of you, especially the last comment. But you know what? It will get better. Let me tell you. I promise you. It will get better. Don't worry. Take it easy, Arman. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. Take it easy. Samuel, the Glazers are greedy maggots and parasites like David Sullivan and Karen Brady. Absolutely. People don't mention that because they only look at vibes, what goes on the pitch. They don't really look at that. You can tell they haven't got businesses. Guys, thank you so much. I really enjoyed your company, and I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, guys. Enjoy it. I hope you like my team, and have a great day. Thank you so much, Arman. Take it easy. Guys, I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox and the match preview between Crystal Palace and Man United. Last chance, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.